Alright, we're going to talk about some Joker and divorce setups. We're going to try to cover as much as we can when it comes to just wake-ups and how you can like manage to work around them, and then how this can be used against them. So, don't get me wrong, I like Joker, but as a top tier character, I don't think his setups are good. Can't compare it to the divorce. It's like divorce does so much better, but we'll explain why later in the video, in the second half, you know. Because there's too many wake-up options, you know? And Joker's setups can't really cover them all. So really, you have to react to whatever they wake up to, or you just... Or you adjust to the wake-up, or you try to... You know what I'm trying to say. You can't just take your turn without looking for a wake-up. So we're going to set Joker to do a setup. So we got 1, 2, 3, down back 1, down back 4. He ways to counter it, one way. Got flawless blocking. There's one way like I fucking hate. Fucking wake up jump. Swear to God, don't do that to me. I'll be pissed. And then there's a backward roll. Most of Joker's setups do not cover a backward roll. You can delay wake up, but then he still gets his turn back. That's if you're looking for the frames. The setup does cover up 3s and up 2s. Forward roll as well, but if you're not gonna grab, you're probably gonna get mashed on. So if you're not really looking for that roll, you might get mashed on. So, for most of these setups, it probably won't cover back rolls, but it's alright. This one does not cover back roll. There's a good setup. So, it does cover everything else. You can option select with the grab. So, boom, just like that. Now, if they didn't grab, or not grab, if they didn't roll, you can still cover in time to get your full combo. Same thing for up 3. Now, you do sacrifice your turn because you do whip a grab. So you could try to react to the grab, but since you are doing the grab for a check, you're sacrificing the plus frame, so if they just happen to not wake up, that's your turn. You don't want to push it any further than that, because they're probably going to wake up buttons. So for the meatless version, I'm going to check with forward 2. And let's just say they decide to block. You just leave that 4-2. And of course, doesn't cover back rolls. You can just go for that. Most of the time, you'll probably just go for the crush and blow, try to build it up. Besides, we do that, you're just in range. You're just out of range of most wake-ups. Maybe not Shao Kahn's wake-ups, but most wake-ups. But let's try this again. See how wake-up buttons works. You can wake up buttons, motherfucker. Yeah, I know. The reason why this is possible is because you're actually around -14, I believe, somewhere around there. Let's take a look at it. -9. -9. So it's actually very possible to wake up buttons. Now you could change the setup, but you always sacrifice something. Like you can't cover all the options like that. So sometimes the up 3 will go right through it, sometimes it doesn't. But since you're that close, you can't really decide whether you can't just react to it. That's why for this setup, you're just out of range. But now that you have to look for this before you even take your turn back. But while you're looking for that, that's pretty much your turn. And they can pretty much wake up buttons. Or you can just down one check. So we can change the setup around. Let's turn this off. So this leaves me at -6, -5, around there. Let's go forward 1, 4. -4, somewhere around -3 to -4. So since it's -3 and -4, you're not left much to work with. So this prevents wake up buttons entirely. See, I can't even jump and try down 1. Down 1 doesn't even come out. The voice can't move back. So that's one good thing, but I actually find this to be a better setup. They can't up 2 either, or they can't up 3. Sometimes they'll get them. But since you're looking for that, you can probably, let's try this. Nah, I messed it up. Let me try that again. Try to option select. So we block that, and then let's try the forward roll. You can, okay. So yeah, I find this to be a better setup. So it prevents you from waking up buttons entirely. But since you are looking for wake ups, you probably mash. But of course, it doesn't work forward roll. So this setup covers all the wake up options. Well, most of them. So this covers forward roll. You can just punish with the forward throw. Now you can combo off the back roll, but you have to open yourself up to up 3 and up 2. So it goes right through up 3. But if you're ready for the up 3, you can just 4, 2, 1. And sometimes it might go through, it might miss completely. So, but you can still do the same thing to up 2 if it does miss. Yeah. But if you are looking for those wake ups, you could probably mash. So we got a setup for those that do like a block. So we got something cheap. So if you're trying to look for it, you can grab them. But if you are crouched and if you don't space it right, if you go for the close one and they're blocked crouching, this will push them back. So if they were blocking standing, then this would work. But just hitbox, you know. But of course, you can space it right and then boom. Whole mind game. Another thing you could do if you're about to die, you can do something very cheap like this. And use the explosion to sneak in a mix-up. But of course, you can always just check them. The forward 1. Or if you're risky, you can go for 1, 2. So this next up, we got 2, 1, right? You can see we got this forward roll. We can kind of forward roll, but the way to counter that, all you have to do is move up. And really, you don't really lose anything from moving up this time. So let's try that again. This actually punishes the forward roll because you push into the hitbox. So this time there's nothing bad about it, you know. But there are ways around it. There's like one way around it. So of course there's the back roll. And then you can just kind of walk back. This is kind of a secret. But at the same time, you can just throw it backwards. So you can throw it way back, and then you have to actually move forward, and then you can probably wake up buttons right there. But of course, that's the mind game. And of course, you can react. So you can't. This is not actually 100% real, you know. But like, if they were trying to, if they do respect your Jack-in-the-Box, you can go for the plus frames. But just so you know, there is an option out of it. So for this setup, this covers wake up buttons, but of course not ball clock. But it covers the roll. You can just do that, and you can just option select block. So you can just hold block and then just grab. But if you do block, boom, you can just get a full combo. Simple as that. That's only if you spin the meter. Before I go right into the board stuff, let me show you a gimmick that's not real. I don't know why you guys let me do this. Some of you guys let me do this, but don't let me do this. So that's not real. So doing stuff like that, that's also not real. I mean, unless you space it right, but if you don't space it right, it's probably not real. Not real. Don't let me do that.